Really Haunted Places does not support or endorse trespassing to visit haunted places. Before you decide to visit, please make sure to acquire the appropriate permits and/or permissions, and be respectful of properties that are privately owned. Good evening. Welcome to Really Haunted Places. Tonight's top 7 ghost stories will take you to haunted places in the United Kingdom. Looming over hamlets and farmland in rural Lancashire, Pendle Hill is a properly stunning spot. But it's got a dark past. In 1612, 10 local people known as the Pendle Witches were executed nearby after a trial at Lancaster Castle. Some say the hill is haunted by the spirits of those who lost their lives, and there have been a number of alleged sightings over the years. Whatever you believe, it's an undeniably atmospheric place. This red brick manor house has racked up quite a few ghosts since it was completed in the 1630s. The very first tenant, Sir Thomas Holt, allegedly murdered his cook and the ghost of his daughter, who he locked away for 16 years until her death, is also said to wander the halls alongside Holt's houseboy and a green lady, thought to be his housekeeper. Keep your eyes peeled for ghostly royalist soldiers too. There's a hole in Aston Hall's staircase made by a cannonball when the house was under siege during the English Civil War. Margam Country Park in South Wales is a triple threat. It's home to the ruined Capel Mare Ary Bryn, where the presence of unwelcoming ancient monks has been felt, a big Gothic castle stalked by the spirit of a rageful and unjustly murdered gamekeeper, the ghosts of Victorian children with a penchant for moving objects and disembodied laughter, and a blacksmith who walks the castle grounds, plus the ruins of the 12th century Margam Abbey, which are enough on their own to make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. There's something ethereal and other about the Isle of Skye, with its mind-boggling landscapes and mystical places with names like the Fairy Pools and Fairy Glen. The ruins of Duntulm Castle, which cling to the northern tip of the island, are no exception. It was built in the late 14th century before being abandoned around 1730. Now it's so unstable the clifftop fortress is best viewed from a safe distance. Keep your eyes peeled, though, for the ghost of a nursemaid, murdered after she accidentally dropped a clan chief's baby out of the window and into the sea below. As if the Gothic vibe and Dracula connection isn't spine-tingling enough, atmospheric Whitby Abbey is said to be home to the ghost of a young nun who was bricked up alive in the walls after breaking her vows. And a phantom hearse with 4 headless horses and a headless driver has been spotted in front of St. Mary's Church, in the shadow of the abbey. This grand castle, which was abandoned centuries ago, has a number of creepy tales attached to it. People have reported hearing screams and feeling chills there and bearing scratches or bruises after leaving the castle. The ghosts of Lady Margaret Pomeroy, who supposedly starved to death in the castle's dungeons, and 2 Pomeroy brothers who leapt from the castle's ramparts rather than be caught by their enemies, are said to haunt the site. Hunters have reported hearing slamming doors, loud footsteps, and whispered voices. Legend has it that's because the building was once used as a court of law, and hundreds of defendants were put to death in the inn itself. A noose now hangs in the historic bar. You know, in case you need a reminder of its creepy history with your pint. I want to thank you for listening to our top 7 ghost stories. And until then, good night.